Thanks for the support as a channel member, Viantra. Start of a new season today, return of a former star in the shape of Sati, and I think we have a very, very good team. I've slept. I normally record these first episodes of the new season straight after the transfer specials, but I slept on it. I've had a think, and looking at this team now, I think this is a title-winning side. I'm very excited to get started on this new season. Hello and welcome to part 39 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first two games of the new National League season. We're away against Woking, at home against Weymouth. If you missed the transfer special yesterday, this is what happened. We brought in lots of new players, including more loans than we usually bring in, and some stars amongst them. And there were some familiar faces left, including Luke Plange. But really, it wasn't a long transfer special. You should go and watch it. We've still got loads of money left over because I can only assume it was some kind of bug or glitch or something. I'm not sure what, but we're not going to try and spend all that. But it's nice to know it's there if things aren't going to plan. And this is the team that is going to be starting the season for us. And I think this looks like a very, very good side. So we've got Anang in goal, a back four of new boy Bedwell on loan from Middlesbrough for the season, new boy Dorset alongside record signing Dootson, and then new star Shaw Sainsbury at right back. In midfield, our new superstar, supposedly best player Bradshaw on the left wing, new loan signing from Scunthorpe Gleeson alongside Mundell, and returning hero on loan from Sheffield Wednesday Sati, and then Quinn, who came in on loan from Sheffield Wednesday right at the death when we thought he wasn't coming back, will partner Bond up front, just like they did so many times last season. And I am very much looking forward to seeing this team play. We've tweaked the system a little bit from the tactic that ended last season. We are playing on a more attacking instruction as well. We're starting the game with a positive mentality, and we've got both wingers on an attacking instruction, two very, very good wingers as well. And I think the plan, even more so than it was before, get the ball out wide to our superstar wingers and then get the ball in to our superstar strikers. We've got very strong fullbacks who can overlap when needed, very strong wingers who should provide the chances for two very good strikers. Mundell is an excellent playmaker to have in the middle and hopefully can really step up into that Marlon Pack role. And the new lad Gleeson as a ball-winning midfielder offers us something in midfield we didn't have last year, someone who can actually get a tackle in, which will probably go a long way towards maybe conceding slightly fewer goals than we did at times last year. But, you know, for all that all sounds good on paper, but we need to show in practice that the team will work the way I think it's going to work. And there are a lot of new signings. So as ever, it might take a little bit of time for us to bed in and get used to playing with each other. But of course, the front two know how to play together and scored 60 goals between them last year. Quinn very nearly grabbing goal one for this season as well. And of course, Quinn and Sati would have played together in the Sheffield Wednesday under-23s as well, because Sati left us to go there a year and a half ago and Quinn only came to us a year ago. So there would have been a good 6 months there where Sati and Quinn would have played together and hopefully start to build up a little bit of a relationship. And there's going to be players here who Sati knows from when he was here. Mundell, I think, was here with Sati. Dootson, on his first spell, may have crossed paths with Sati. So it's not like he's a complete newbie. But what we haven't done in this first half is really showed very much in the way of this exciting stuff that I was getting ready to cheer about. Luckily, that's been given as an offside. Anang's beaten fairly comfortably, though. I would expect him to do a little bit better, even if the ball is offside. Let's have a look at it from the replay. I mean, he's well offside, but still, Anang kind of got himself in no man's land. He wasn't coming to challenge for the ball played forward or staying back to save the shot. Poor decision making there. Right. Let's assertively say, do better. I'm a man of few words when it comes to team talks. Just do better. That first half, not good enough. I don't know how good Woking are. It's always difficult in these early games to get an idea of how good the opposition are likely to be, because it's often not even enough just to look at the league table from last year, because as we've seen with what we do, so many transfers happen at this level that you never quite know how good a team is going to be in a new season, just like with York last year. But what I didn't expect is to be 1-0 down at any point in this game. It does feel like the master plan is being undone a little bit. Maybe we shouldn't be going into these away games with a positive mentality. Maybe it's a little bit too gung-ho. But I was so very sure this team would work. And it doesn't seem to be. And it's making me sad. Right. We are going to take off Quinn and bring on Sheedy, who was probably pretty sure. Oh, I've never used a false 9 before. I don't know what it does, but we'll put him on there as a false. Should we have a look to see what it does? So a false 9, in some ways, similar to a more advanced attacking midfielder playmaker role, is an unconventional lone striker or centre forward who drops into midfield. The purpose of this is to create a problem for opposing central defenders. Interesting. Well, we'll bring him on. I don't know that sounds like something I'm going to use regularly. We're also going to take off Gleeson and just go a little bit more attack-minded in the middle here. We'll make him a Mezzala and he can do that and just drop back a little bit. Again, probably not the ideal role to have as part of a 4-4-2, but what are you going to do, eh? If it's his best role, we'll let him play in it. Bedwell with the throw. Finds Bradshaw. Bond is there, who's been very, very quiet today. For a man who scored 33 goals last year, we've seen almost nothing of Bond so far today, which is a little bit of a worry. A big bit of... Maybe I was right initially when I said the transfers were rubbish. No, I still think this is a good team. But once again, we've been beaten by that ball, and thankfully, once again, it's offside. But again, Anang stuck in no man's land. He needs to be a little bit more alert. I mean, I guess to be fair, if it's always going to be offside, it's not a big issue. But the issue comes from when it perhaps isn't always going to be offside. Right, Bradshaw is shattered, apparently. We don't really have anyone to come on and play on the left wing, though. So he's just going to have to be shattered. Garrett's going to come on for Bedwell for the last 10 minutes. And we are going to ask for 10 minutes of passion and try and grab an equaliser. We've... I'll level with you. I was expecting more from this. I think you could probably tell by my intro. I was really excited for the start of this season. I'm not happy. Let's just have a look to see where Woking finished last year. I don't even remember playing Woking last year. Maybe they got relegated from the league, in which case no, they finished 17th last year. That's a problem. Let's try and win the next one. Right, one change for the Weymouth game then. We've brought Robinson in for Gleeson, who's going to drop down to the bench. We've basically shuffled the midfield around to be the one that ended the last game. Ryan Robinson was one of my big hopes when he came in this summer, and that he was going to be a superstar for us. He gets lots of assists. He's very good going forward. But then so is Mundell. So I've kind of already abandoned my master plan of having a ball-winning midfielder in there, even though he's very good. I'm sure the master plan will come back. But we need to create more. That was the big thing we struggled with, both at the end of last season. It seems mad when we had the two high scorers in the division, but the reason we flopped in the playoffs was because we weren't creating enough chances and scoring enough goals. And we saw it again in that game against Woking. And hopefully we can... What is going on there? That's a bit of a glitch fest. Everything just lagged massively. But Robinson scored off the back of it. So Kev's a tactical genius. 30 seconds on the clock. Ryan Robinson gets his first goal for the club. And it's an absolute screamer as well. The ball forward to Quinn. I don't think Quinn's actually the one who nodded it down. Bradshaw ended up getting it, played it into Robinson, who had space to shoot. Shoot, he did. And I guess that's what I'm saying. He's more of an attacking threat maybe than Mundell. It seems mad that I'd be thinking of taking Mundell out of the team, but maybe, I don't know, maybe a three-man midfield, but then we've got Quinn and Bond. Maybe three at the back, but then we've got two very good fullbacks who've just come in. We've got too many good players. That's the problem. Also, Bradshaw's picked up a knock, but we don't have a wide player on the bench who can come on. I think Sheedy can potentially play there, but probably not flat in a midfield four. He probably would want to be a little bit further forward, but needs must. I don't think we've even got Garrett on the bench today to be able to play with two left-backs on that left-hand side. Here is Bradshaw, though, trying to beat his man. Can't get past him, but he's trying to win the ball back. The right-back who's marking him looks like he's injured as well. The ball's into Bond, and Bond has his first goal of the season from out of nowhere. That was just some terrible defending from Weymouth. we'll have a look at it from the other side. Bond stood a mile offside, but it doesn't matter because it's the Weymouth player who gives it to him. This is absolute madness from Weymouth. Bond's not even looking the right way, but you can just smell the ball approaching and tucks it into the back of the net. 2-0 to Bourne. And this is a little more like it, although a lot of this is Weymouth self-destructing. Dootson is in for his first of the season. It's a second assist for Bradshaw, who you saw when he was getting ready to take that free kick, is struggling. But look at that. He's not having a very nice time. But he still hit a beauty of a free kick, which, of course, is something we're going to miss this season, not having Marlon Pack anymore. But obviously, Bradshaw has got some delivery on him as well, but we are going to take him off at half-time at 3-0 up. I don't think we need to keep him on the pitch any longer and risk breaking him any more than we already have. Very good first-half performance, though. Bradshaw, do we know actually what's wrong with him? A knee injury, joy. Oh, in fact, Sheedy can play on the left-hand side of midfield. Well, if I'd have noticed that, we'd have brought him on sooner. Management, boys and girls. So Sheedy comes on to play in midfield, which, I mean, it might be a place for him to force his way into the team. If Bradshaw's got a proper injury, and with Quinn now returning to partner Bond, Sheedy, my plan was Sheedy was going to get lots of game time because he is a goal scorer. But maybe, we already saw when we brought him on, he wants to be a false nine. Perhaps he is better placed coming from a little bit deeper and using his creativity to set up chances for these two, who we know will score them. Quinn is in, and Quinn scores his first goal of the season. And we did have, not the opportunity to buy him. We had an offer accepted by Sheffield Wednesday of £40,000 to sign Quinn permanently, but he wouldn't come, which is why he's back on loan. I do wonder if it might be time to just put the offer in again. Now he's back and hopefully enjoying himself off the back of a game like this. He's had a good game. He scored a goal. We've had a big win. Maybe this will be enough to convince him to sign for us permanently. We are going to bring Gleeson on for Mundell now to get the midfield back into the shape that we were planning on using all along, with Gleeson in there with a little bit of midfield muscle. Not that I think it was needed today. Weymouth do seem to be a pretty poor team. And then for the final change, we'll just bring White on for Shaw Sainsbury, because we've got two right backs on it. Although I think Jones is actually a centre back, so we probably could have brought him on for Dootson, who is tiring, but too late now, isn't it? We've got nearly 300, over 300 Bourne fans in the ground today, which shows how much we're growing as a club. We've got all these fans now. It's like we haven't even got the burger van back here now. Is that a burger shed? Can we now sell burgers out of a shed? Where's the van gone? This is all part of the ground renovations from last year, and I've only just noticed it. It was a good win. What a contrast across those two matches in this episode. I have no idea if we're a good side or not now. Bradshaw, luckily, only out for a few days. He shouldn't have made such a fuss about it then, should he? And we will just put another little cheeky offer in for Jacob Quinn, because we've got the money to spend. No, not set transfer status. Can we make an offer? So that's the offer we had accepted at the start of pre-season. They now want £5 million for him. They accepted £40,000 before. Okay. Weird. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.